Yes, my first name is Horst, Horst. My last name is Deichend, Daichendt.
At what point did you decide that you wanted to teach?
Well, I became a teacher because back in Romania during those times, and even now college is still free, but you had to pass an entrance exam. And in my senior year, when I was being tutored in math, my math tutor asked me what I want to become. I said, well, engineer/architect, and she said, well, I'm not going to the math route, that means becoming major in mathematics. And I said, what is the entrance exam about? She said, math only. I said, no physics, like required for the Polytechnic. She said, no physics. Okay, there you go.
Like, at what point in your life did you just have the desire to teach?
Well, I think actually it hit me that I could be a good teacher when my math teacher in high school, not the tutor, the other math teacher, he was a very strict teacher, but wasn't so good in explaining certain math problems, and I was a little bit better, and I said I could do definitely a better job than you.
What are your favorite things about teaching now?
Favorite things about teaching now? Every now and then when it happens, when you see whatever the subject that you're teaching, when you see the light going on in the eyes of a child or a student, that gives you reason to move forward in spite of all the other, let's say, not so fun part of teaching.
My first and last name. My first name is Andrew Price. Andrew. My last name is Price. Andrew is Andrew, and Price is Price.
What did you want to have as your career when you were in high school?
My career choice in high school was to be a music teacher, and through my college experience, I kind of went different directions, but I finally came back and said for sure that I do want to be a music teacher.
What are your favorite things about teaching high school?
One of my favorite things about teaching high school is the humor. I love the sense of humor in the high school level. It's completely different than, say, a middle school or an elementary school level. Yes, the kids are adorable, but whereas high school, they're but but I definitely do like the sense of humor in the high school, and I also like the sense of drive. A lot of students know in high school what they need to do to be successful, which then it's not only I teach you how to do this. It's a learning environment. It's I can tell you why and how you do these things and how it's going to be used in this context. It's taking your learning level to the next level, and the fact that you're not having to say, well, that note is an A. You can then say, well, that note is an A because in the melodic sequence, blah 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 blah. And so it's more of a how and a why versus a what type scenario. This is my first year kind of teaching. I will say that I taught for 4 years at the university for a kind of like a private company. I've taught third grade all the way through 12th grade, and I actually had two classes. One class was a 4th grade class, and the other class was a 3rd grade class. So I've had multiple classes, varying in age, and I also student taught at both a high school and a middle school. I teach orchestra, and that is the only thing that I think I'm good at, so therefore I want to keep on teaching that.
What is your first and last name? Can you spell it for me on camera, please?
My first name is Jenna, last name Howell, Jenna Howll.
What did you want to have as your career when you were in high school?
I always thought that I may be a teacher, but I also thought that maybe I would do something like interior design or something more in the creative doing field, whatever that entails.
At what point did you decide that you wanted to teach?
Well, I started college. I received a teaching fellow scholarship, so that kind of was the initial push. So I went and I started as an English major, didn't like it. Kind of figured out another route for myself, which was social studies, and here I am.
Why did you choose to teach?
I chose to teach for a lot of reasons. First and foremost, I grew up in a family of educators. My mother was a teacher and a principal when I was in high school. My dad was a teacher for a time. A lot of aunts are teachers. My sister was a teacher, so I saw it a lot, and kind of the magic, I guess you would say, that teaching allows you to be a part of with helping individuals. I wanted to specifically work with students who were in high school and kind of in that pivotal moment of their life where they had to take an active step in deciding who they were going to be and what actions they were going to take to make that happen, whatever their life goals were. So I kind of decided on high school and slowly worked my way into social studies. Here I am. My favorite things about teaching are getting to work with individuals who are not alike in any way, shape, or form. It's always interesting. There's always a little bit of differentiation that has to occur. It's never the same 2 times around, and your days are just very different. So I like it.
What keeps you teaching?
What keeps me teaching is the fact that I don't ever feel done. I think I'm the kind of person that I stop doing things when I feel done, and this is just a job that you just never feel done. You always get to meet new people, new experiences, and grow as an individual and as a teacher. So I don't think that I'll ever quite feel done. That's it.